Alright, we are back. Oh no, I'm gonna sneeze. No, I'm not going to sneeze. Okay.
Bless you.
I don't know.
Gesundheit.
Where do we come back? Like, what do we open on? I assume it's the next day.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a thought for a nighttime scene, but I'm it's
do
not
you want
like
to do?
super
Do you want to do a
important.
nighttime scene? That's fine.
I mean, I just think it's not even a scene, right? Like it's a little vignette.
Yeah.
I just think we see. Because here we go, right? To just be as stereotypically French as possible. I think I live in the bookshop.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like it's just obvious. I think there's a staircase that goes up to my upper story apartment.
Yep.
Like here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm drawing it badly, but
I understand.
that's fine. Yeah, the back here. Anyway, so I think we cut in on a scene of Guicard sitting somewhere in the bookstore, and it's kind of hard to tell where, because they're in their big favorite armchair, but the angle of the shot means that we should be able to see the windows. And we can't, and instead, behind them, where we know from previous shots there should be a wall, there's just a bookshelf.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's is there another one of these armchairs hidden away somewhere? Yeah. We don't actually know. We just they're in an armchair, and they're. I don't think they're even reading. I think they're just
sitting.
Idly, leaned back in the armchair, kind of idly looking around the store, drinking coffee. Because they've got that superpower. They just don't give a fuck. And next to them is this janky old radio. It's probably 10 years old or something. It's quite a big, blocky, chunky thing. And playing from it, at first we're it's more soft, nice jazz music, and then we fade into the scene, and it's a punk song. It's some what's the punkest song that is your favorite song, Todd?
Probably Wanted Dead or Alive.
Yeah, totally right. So Bon Jovi is blaring out of the speaker, and they're just absently humming along as they drink this coffee, and just contemplate the walls. And I think you come to a point in the middle of the song, and they just set their coffee down and take out a notepad and make a little note of something, and they're just I think something slips out of the notepad, because it's this massive notepad, a lot of pages that they've had for 5 years, right? They've kept it a very long time because they don't write a lot in it, and it's all we see that their handwriting is incredibly tiny and doctor scribble and very tightly packed and densely, and so as they're fumbling with it, a piece of paper falls out of it, and we see. So Todd, I'm interested for some details from you, but I think the way that you made me what I am is that you are the one who convinced me that I should buy the bookshop, and that somehow has changed me. And I think when I was really suspicious about it. I think maybe oh yeah, okay. So I think we were both in a I was in a meeting with a guy to buy the bookshop, and you were there as moral support or whatever, and I was he was saying some spooky shit, and I was feeling it I don't know about this, and I wrote you a little I scribbled a little note so that I wouldn't have to say it out loud the way you would on a cell phone, and I flashed you the note, and so in my handwriting it's it's I don't know, this place seems kind of weird. I'm not sure I want to be responsible for it, several question marks, and then in your handwriting underneath just go for it or something.
So the handwriting is very childish though.
Yeah, no, totally.
Because I was
this piece of paper like flutters to the floor, and Gricard like stoops and like picks it up and like looks at it for a moment, and then just like lets out this like very like heavy long sigh, and like tucks it back into the notebook and like starts packing up to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna mark XP because I ate or drank to music.
Very nicely done.
I did the thing.
Is the next scene like the next day in the bookshop? Is that?
I mean, that sounds like a good scene to me.
That seems like a reasonable place to like I want to know what Wendell's going to do about, or what Magnolia is going to do about last night.
It's a good question.
Definitely pass out before you do. So, just so you have that.
Yeah, so Magnolia, do you just like head home?
Trying to decide if she's belligerent enough to like try and give him stitches. Like
Well,
as he's passed out.
booze. Yeah. I mean, you can do that.
mean, yeah. I kind of feel like she would, because she's like,
Again, it seems
if you
like
die,
yeah.
they're gonna know that I was here,
I think
and I'm gonna get blamed for it. So you can
meet
just
with
suck it
fear
up.
as our default. Roll steady. Fear of waking him up. Fear of killing him.
Yeah, many fears.
I don't think you're gonna kill him with stitches.
I mean, that's an 8.
He might get an infection.
Yeah.
Depends on how strong the alcohol is that you use to disinfect it.
So yeah, the question is
Wow.
another PC in this scene? I guess they are, so you take a distance with them.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems to make sense to me. Cool. So yeah, you stitch up this like massive leg wound.
Wendell is ungrateful and no good.
I feel like it's very appropriate here to be. I know Wendell is keeping something from me.
Yes. Yep, that sounds good. Cool. And do you head home after that, or do you go to the bookstore, or what do you do?
Probably head home after that
Cool.
and just
Wendell,
try
what are you
not to
doing?
wake everyone else up.
Yeah, Wendell, what do you do in the morning?
Like I think I've like forgotten that my leg was attacked, so like I get up and like, what? Oh, Magnolia.
I think I would have left a note like in front of the rest of the beers in the fridge, going like, "Don't drink these today. You're welcome."
Guess it's a good enough stitching job. Now I don't have to go to the hospital. I'll have to buy her something, I guess.
So yeah, what's the plan?
I think today I just bring the guitar, the amp, and Reynard with me, and I go to the bookstore.
What are you doing in the bookstore when they arrive? When he arrives, Quickard. What's the bookstore like at this hour?
Yeah, I think I'm in idle repose. I think all of the customers, everyone in here is a regular and knows their own shit. I think the thing of coffee is full, so I don't have to deal with that. And so I'm just like sat reclined in my favorite armchair, just like presiding over my shop with an attitude of like, yes, all is as it should be. And then, like a couple of seconds before the doorbell rings, they kind of react as though they've heard something and like get up to do something about it.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, like Wendell comes in through the door. What do you look like at the time? Like when, like what's your like expression? What's your repose? What's your like? How are you?
I mean, I'm standing out like I'm on the move. Like,
Oh no, I meant Wendell.
oh right.
I think it's just like bleary-eyed, just like looking around, looking for that pot of coffee that he knows is in there.
Yeah, and I think like I've preempted this need, and so I like reach out and like hand you a mug, and Guicard has like very long, right, like long fingers, very like pianist hands, and very very clean, and their fingernails are like really well trimmed, but their like fingertips are incredibly calloused. Even though they do nothing that would justify them having calluses.
So much page flipping.
I mean, maybe, right? Like, yeah, and I think they're like really studious to like, and we see them like avoid touching you. As they like hand you the cup of coffee. It looks like
Avoid physical contact
you
with
had.
Wendell.
Sorry.
Hmm?
Sorry, do you avoid physical contact with everyone or just Wendell?
I think it's just Wendell thing because of our complicated and fraught past emotional history. Like I think we saw we saw me like touch the inspector.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, here's your book.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And like I patted him on the shoulder at one point.
Shoulder,
right? So,
yeah.
like, yeah, so I think I'm like, you look like you need this. Rough night.
Many drinks.
Yeah, that's the bit that was rough.
Yeah.
You should come around here more often. Feels like too long since we talked.
We talked a lot in the past, old timer.
Yeah, and I think that the talked is like very deliberately like fraught with many possibilities that don't get narrowed down as to exactly what kinds of intimacy we're talking about.
Yeah.
We did.
I just want to check. That sounds like you were deflecting by concealing your true feelings. Like, sounds like the right words.
Which of us?
When I think it seems like Wendell was like, yeah, specifically concealing true feelings. Or no, it depends on whether or not those feelings were true. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like I could make a case. I feel like I was maybe speaking a deep truth.
yes, yeah. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, so I think like fuck it, let's do that. And like,
Yeah. I'd like to
I think-
explore this.
yeah, and I think so like they say yeah, like it's been like it's been a long time since we've talked.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I miss
like a
that,
deep truth,
and I
apparently.
think the reaction I hope for is like what's our distance? I think the reaction I want is for you to like own that, and for us to like share blame for that, right? Like,
Yeah, because right now, with my distances, I blame you.
yeah, exactly, right? Like I want us to acknowledge that is like a shared responsibility. Takes two to tango.
Oh,
Mark XP.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna have all the XP. I'm gonna level up. You watch me.
That means I have to make a move. So what? So yeah, you said like we don't talk anymore, and I think and then Wendell was like we did a lot of talking in the past. What are Guicard's distances? Let me look. Yeah, so I think I think what happens is Guicard, I think you say something along the lines of you talk about having spent a lot of time talking in the shop as if your entire previous relationship had occurred within the bookshop, but I think like everything had happened before the bookshop, after the bookshop had been purchased.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I nod over to like, oh fuck yeah. I think next to my armchair there is another chair that I'm always like slightly touchy about. People still sit in it. There's not like a rule against it or anything, but like I always get a bit weird when people do. And I think I nod over towards the pair of chairs in the corner. And I'm like, that we did.
Sad.
And I think you're aware that they're talking nonsense, Wendell, right? Like you've never sat in that chair at all, I don't think.
No.
Are we really gonna go down this path, old timer? After you threw me out?
Yeah, I think they sigh and God, I think they actually do. They like reach out and take your coffee cup from you. Because I'm imagining that in this like very slow-paced dialogue scene, like you finished your coffee. It's like they reach out and they take it, and this time like they do like you know your fingers brush, and they say, "A heart only has so much space, and I have a responsibility to this place and these people." And I think we see them like instinctively pat like the pocket where the notebook lives.
This place that you barely wanted. You blame me for that, don't you still? Making you take ownership up here. You get so many options of where and what bookshop to own. I liked this place and urged you, and you did.
If you like it so much, then why do you never come around anymore? It's not about blame, Wendell. It's about ownership.
Yeah, and you own it.
And you own responsibility for that.
Is there a move being made here?
I feel like we're both trying to deep truth each other.
I mean, yeah, I think in that case, I think it's Wendell's turn.
Okay.
Yeah, no, totally.
So, speak truth.
Yep.
Yep.
We're both terrible at this.
This is why we have so many distances.
Oh. I rolled a 6.
We should add distance them as a GM move, shouldn't we?
Yes, we should. But
Note self.
I know what happens. Magnolia, you arrive at the shop.
And it's really charged and awkward and awful.
Well, yeah, because you arrive at the shop and Guicard is talking to themselves and like holding this coffee cup and like having this conversation.
Oh, that's so
What What are you doing?
I like blink and like turn and don't even seem to and like at no point is there like, oh my god, I was just like they just like they don't even notice, like it all just like is encompassed into like their internal rhythm of like, this is a totally normal way for things to be happening. Just having a conversation with an old friend. What can I do for you?
You have strange friends.
I like look at you and smile.
Oh dear.
I love the fact that the entire relationship between like Magnolia and Guicard is like Guicard reaching out and then Magnolia being like, "You're weird," just over and over.
Yep.
I am belligerent.
I mean,
It's true.
yeah.
Not that XP.
I came to look for a book.
I like nod, but like, you know, my mana says to you, like, go on. There are many books here.
Yeah,
Please be more specific.
About where the manholes go in under the streets.
Ah. A very interesting subject. I used to have a book on just the thing. The catacombs and waterways of Paris. Let me see. And I think they like turn and like wander off towards the back room. And I don't know if you follow them, but we see they're doing like the same like fingers trailing along the bookshelf that is like at kind of like elbow height, and yeah, kind of eyes like just darting all over, like searching for the specific book that they're thinking of.
I think if there's other people in the store, she'll follow, but if there's no one else there, she'll just like stand awkwardly by the door.
No, there are other people in the store.
Okay, I'll follow then.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, and I find the book. I find the book I'm looking for. And how it works is you have to read it. And what it does... Well, actually, let me ask. Are we, as I'm looking for it and Magnolia is just standing there, are we comfortably sharing silence? Or whatever that move is called at the moment. I forget. Yeah, like, are we quietly sharing space?
Companionship.
Yeah, as I look for a book and you, like, stand and watch.
Yeah?
Like, I feel like there's a case for it. I don't know if it's a strong case, and so, like, I'm open to either answer.
I'm happy
like
to let you roll for it if you want. Like, to roll the move. Because if you roll the move, then... and you get a minus, I get to do stuff.
Alright, cool. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. Luke's got good luck tonight.
Y'all are amazing.
Wait,
If this was Monster Hearts, I would have just leveled up in a single session.
At least you got an 8.
I mean, I don't have a distance with you, so...
Well then...
I love this too, because, like, this is the second time, like, my thing is all about, like, not under, like, you see things, and, like, me just, like, silently spending time with you doesn't let me, like, address that. I think it's good.
Yeah. Cool.
It's real good.
Yeah, I mean, the obvious answer to this is, wait, no, I know what the answer is and I'm doing it off screen, so that's fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, so in that case, yeah, like, it comes to an end when I find the book that I'm looking for. Yeah, and how you interact with it is you read it, and what it does is... This is the thing where, like, the way that we've played is tricky because I don't really know what you want.
Yeah, you haven't managed to, like...
give it to
like,
you.
like if you'd managed to like not mess up the companionship, then you would.
Yeah, right. Then I would. Yeah, if I'd got that 10 plus, then I could have used it.
Yeah.
Which is why I was angling for it.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. Fuck it. And what it does is it helps you learn to like. It helps you learn to accept the help that people offer.
Neat.
Going against my very nature.
Well, yeah, and so like my intention is like Ash, just to speak mechanically for a moment. My intention is that like it changes outlook.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is what this spell does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
and so I find this book and I like reach out and like hand it to you.
Take it purposefully and hand it to them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. So yeah, you've got your sewer book.
Exactly what I wanted.
And do you probably still also look kind of fucked up after last night? Yeah, because like you were up until like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, she probably looks like she's gotten absolutely no sleep, like sort of dark circles under the eyes and just like kind of.
Also, Wendell, you can see all of this interaction.
You look rough. Is everything all right?
Punk's not dead. I'm gonna go over to the corner and just like sit with the book.
Cool. Roll plus weird.
Cool. I get to roll for my spooky book. Spooky book. Heck yeah! I'm so spooky.
Cool. What your outlook changes, Magnolia.
Us, indeed.
Additionally, someone has spilled something on the page that you're looking at, like where you were last night. So there's just this like horrible, muddy, browny red stain just over the place just over the building where Wendell's apartment is.
That's reassuring.
His apartment or where I found him?
No, his apartment.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think that I wanna like wrap up here.
Okay.
Because I feel like this is a good spot to like kind of bring things to a close. Because we've had that character change. And like,
can I just put one thing
Yeah.
in the background?
Yeah.
Wendell's just slowly playing just the guitar bit for Sweet Child of Mine.
Oh yeah, no, you're.
Yes.
Are you sitting in the other chair? Are the two of you sitting in the chairs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. So like, yeah, we see we see Magnolia like open up the book and like go, huh? Like, you know, there's a weird mark on this page, and yeah, we just hear "Sweet Child of Mine" from like Wendell, and then we cut to Wendell's apartment with like his dead body lying on the mattress, and like Renard like nudging it and like sadly, and then like curling up on the chest. And I think that's the end of the story.
Nice.
My feels.
Yeah. That I was like, as soon as you rolled that failure, and I was like, what do I do with this failure to communicate? Why can't you communicate properly? I know why. Yeah. So that was really cool. This game is ridiculous and I love it. Yeah, we need to work on like what do we do in action scenes so the action scenes aren't just like many steady rolls, but that's cool.
I mean, I feel like part of the answer is just have less action scenes.
I mean, it's whether or not
it's very much not a game about that.
Yeah, and the question is like what happens when that gets chased, right?
Yeah.
So, but I think there's a thing in the GMing that can be fixed for that. But I think we're gonna next week we're gonna jump forward in time with two of these characters and not the other one because they're dead.
What?
So yeah,
I was too punk for this world.
too punk for this world. And the great thing is,
punk.
you managed to not tell anyone about what you saw, which is just so perfect. Like, just there's something like, just
They just
Feel
know
like
the
a-
music in the sewers.
yeah, right. Like you heard music in the sewers, and then you died of septicemia because you had a botch, like you had someone just sew up your leg after you had it ripped open in the sewers.
Yep.
Like,
I thought I was helping.
I mean, you were like he probably would have died
definitely
of
helped.
maybe he would have died of blood loss if you hadn't sewed his leg up. So septicemia is, I mean, it's still dead.
Dead.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna have a sequel rather than like a next episode. There's gonna be a sequel next week.
Nice.
Heather and Luke. But for now, this chapter of the story has drawn to a close, and so if my lovely spooky people would give me some shout outs, we can wrap it up. Do you want to start?
Other two
Luke?
first.
Pardon?
So the other two first. I'll do my shout out.
Okay, you can do yours last. All right, cool. Luke.
It's a twin shot chat.
Yeah, a twin shot. Yeah.
Haven't y'all heard of that before?
Yeah.
I just invented it just now.
Didn't we invent that at the start?
Hey, look, close enough.
Yeah.
On the cosmic scale of my life, that's just now.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
was like
Yep.
the blink of an eye ago.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right. Hello, lovely people of chat. My name is Luke. I have been Gricard. I am a game designer. You can buy games what I have written in the past tense at gamesfromthewildwood.itch.io. You can buy games, well, not buy, you can see games what I am writing in the present tense and then in the future tense at Patreon for $1 a month. Right now, because I'm super into where the water tastes like wine, I've written a cool game where you play wandering vagabonds swapping stories, which I'm pretty happy with. There's a tarot deck involved. So if you want to check that out, $1. That's all it costs. Check out my Patreon. I'm done. That's me.
Heather.
I'm Heather, short shrub on Instagram and Twitter. I don't do much stuff, because I'm
That is
at
acceptable.
uni
Yeah.
mostly.
I
You
remember
do
what
good
that
role
was like.
playing though, so that's fine.
Yeah. I like playing awesome games, so
Yeah.
this has been really good.
Awesome. Cool. And Todd.
Hi, I'm Todd. Screwguard IRL and a mod here. I had a lot of fun playing Wendell, the East Berlin punk. Now that he's dead, I can give a little bit more of what my
that's cool.
idea for him was. And so an announcement now that I have a set job schedule. I will be streaming Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays starting at noon Pacific Standard Time and going until I'm too tired to play with more Pokemon.
Yeah.
We'll be continuing our Pokemon Nuzlocke runs, starting with I'm in Kanto right now. Then I'll go to Hoenn and then Johto because I feel like that makes more sense story-wise because there's a 3-year jump between when you do Leaf and Red and Green and then Gold and Silver. So, and there's characters in Hoenn that you meet in Johto. That makes sense if you've met them before, why they'd be there. So that's the way I'm going to do it, and then I'll continue on as they were released.
Cool.
Up until the 3DS because I can't play those games in streaming.
Yeah.
And then after that, we'll see.
I mean,
we
that's
go.
that's a lot of content to start with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's.
And this is all Nuzlocke,
and-
isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
but we'll continue. So let's say I fail Kanto, we'll continue on to Hoenn,
Yeah.
and then we'll go back. once we've gone through all the games and see if we can complete them on the next run.
Cool.
So come join, nickname characters, watch them die.
Yeah.
Have fun.
I mean, watching characters die is pretty good.
Yep. We've had
Chat had to do it here today.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Well, yeah. Head over and follow Hawk on Twitch. As far as this channel, Wednesday, space and/or cave date, probably cave date returns. Additionally, probably on Saturday, I think we're going to be able to do a PC stream, which will probably be Hand of Fate 2, or Caves of Cud if I'm still completely addicted to it, and I might do an extra Caves of Cud or stream or two in the meantime because I don't have to go to work at the moment. So, you know, like, more streaming, I guess. So, if you're not already following, do the thing. And then on Sunday, we're heading back into the Republic. It's real feelings, real big emotions, and like intense shit. And
I'm gonna make another spoiled, privileged boy cry.
I mean, yeah, like I've specifically given you tools now. Like, there's been an update to the rules that I'm going to push out sometime soon. That gives you the ability to introduce spoiled rich boys and then make them cry.
Yeah,
this is going to be great.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Find a thing you're good at and then get people to pay you to do it.
Exactly.
Capitalism.
Yeah. And then on Monday, we'll be back here for the sequel to whatever the fuck this was.
The spooky sequel.
So it'll be Heather, Luke, and Sarah F. So it's gonna be a good time. Until then, though, you can find me at ACGIAK, ACGIAK, on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Tumblr, and Patreon. But until then, we'll catch you later.
Le Patreon.
Bye.